Welcome to the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota. Kevin O'Rourke alongside the first-year head coach of the Bucks, Jamey Chadwell, as they come to you tonight from the showroom here at Hendrick Toyota on Rivers Avenue. Bucks now 5-0 after one of the biggest wins in school history, 27-24 over Appalachian State, and come back home for the first time in a month this Saturday against North Greenville. And Jamey, certainly a memorable first month for you as head coach at 5-0, and probably a win you won't soon forget.
No, it was a great experience. It was a wonderful atmosphere there. Our kids went in there believing that we could come out with a victory, and the way it shaked down to come there towards the end and have to make a play, and our guys did, and defense made a play. It was a great trip home for sure.
You guys rolled up over 400 yards of offense, over 300 on the ground, held the ball for 42 minutes and 4 seconds. Have you ever been part of a game with that kind of disparity in time of possession?
Not when the game was that close. I can tell you when we needed all that time we could use because it was a tight game. But that was our plan going in. We felt like that we couldn't move the ball on them running it, and we knew that they were explosive on offense. And if we could just try to keep the ball away from them, get them frustrated a little bit, we felt like that would play into our hands, and it worked out well for us.
Third down's been a big part of your success on both sides of the football, and it was again on Saturday. Some huge plays on third down. The last one, the biggest, Danny Krogan comes off the bench, and Kevin Gleer's just an unbelievable play.
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, the play before, obviously with the injury, had time to talk to Danny, and I think it made him nervous because he fired one in there on second down. But then third down, he just, he kept his calm, made a great play, and the catch, I know everybody's seen it. It was unbelievable. Kevin went up over the defender and just made an unbelievable play. And to be able to make it, and with that type of pressure in the situation, and for Danny to have the calmness to come in there, I think it speaks a lot of the volume of the character of him. And obviously excited they made that play, and then our defense is able to get a stop after that and finish the game.
So Charleston Southern able to defeat App State 27-24. We'll move into some first half highlights as the Bucks traveled up to one of the premier sites in all of FCS football up at Boone, North Carolina, and Kid Brewer Stadium, and it was a packed house.
It was packed, and what was great, we're going out, and all their fans are telling us that we're a high school team, that we're not Campbell. They were doing all these things, and I think our kids fed off of that. It was a good atmosphere. The game didn't, start off well for us. We kick it off, and they got some speed, and we were worried about special teams, and they get a great return here out to the 40 plus 40, which is not the way you want to start. They're good as it is. If you get them good field position, they're going to take advantage of it.
App State was able to do that the first possession. They played two quarterbacks. It was the senior Jamal Laundry Jackson who gets the series here, and he hits a really good receiver in Sean Price over the middle for a big gain. Sets up Marcus Cox, who had over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against Elon. He gets in the end zone here, and they get out to a quick lead. So certainly not the kind of start you were looking for.
No, they played fast. I think it took 4 plays to score. They went to their horses. That freshman running back's really good, and then number 10. He's hard to defend, and so we knew we had to try to come back and try to answer it. And we get off to a good start, put ourselves in a position, get a great first down play, for Kevin Gleers to get us going. And we're trying to really get Malcolm out of the pocket, change some things. We've been running the ball in first and second down a lot, trying to change a little bit of things there. And they stop us on a third and short. They get the ball back, and we're not in a good position. Our defense needs to come out and try to make a play. And fortunately for us, they get a big play, but I think we get a penalty that backs them up. I think they had an illegal formation, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And we're able to get a stop, which was huge for us because we needed to get back on the field and try to score touchdowns. And we get a stop, and then I think this drive we get a third down, and they get a holding penalty, and which allowed us to continue the drive. And if I'm not mistaken, we went on a 17-play drive here and just really milked the clock. I think it took 9 minutes off the clock. Colton Corn caught a couple third down conversions, one you're seeing right here. And we just found ways to try to make some plays happen. They weren't pretty all the time, but we got ourselves in some third down, and we were able to execute. And I think that was the difference in the first half, is every time we got in a situation to make a play, we did, and we needed to.
See Colton Corn with a couple of third down catches. Malcolm Dixon hits Kevin Gleers here. 17-play, 83-yard drive, takes up 9:09 off the clock, and pretty impressive from your offensive line, and really overall your offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage.
They did. They played well. And the thing that was great on this drive is we got a first and goal on the 5. We score a touchdown. We have a missed assignment. Our pitch guy doesn't go our way, and Malcolm makes just an unbelievable run to get a touchdown. And they called us for, you can see right there a guy with his helmet off. He was celebrating, and they called us for him continuing to play with his helmet off. So they put us in a 3rd and 16. And we put this play in just this week for their type of defense, and it worked for perfection right there. Alex Cruz coming over on an under route. They got a lot of depth their linebackers and didn't really catch the crossing routes, and we took advantage of that all game long. And that was a big answer for us, you know, to be able to go 7-7, tie them, keep their offense off the field. And I think it gave us a lot of momentum. Our whole goal going in is we felt like if we could survive the first quarter, the emotion that App State was going to play with it, we'd be all right. And we ended up doing that. You can see App State gets the ball back here and goes back to driving, and defense looking to try to get us a stop.
Saw Alex Cruz before. It's the first catch of his career. It's a big one, a 16-yard touchdown. App State able to come back. Talked about their players on the outside, and they showed that when they had the football.
They did. We tried to play some zone, and they picked us apart early. Then we went some man, and they just matched up those big receivers. Their skill kids are as good as that I've seen at this level. And they went right down the field and scored on us to go back up 14-7. I look up, I felt like we had the ball the whole first quarter, and we're down. So we needed another drive. We put ourselves in a situation and some couple third downs. Malcolm made some nice throws on third down. Here's another great catch by Kevin. Kevin, can't say enough about him and the way he's playing. Our plan was to continue to try to pound them up inside and eventually wear them down. And early on, we didn't do a good job of that. I think they were taking it to us early, so we had to try to get outside and do some things. But we kept finding a way. We got ourselves in some manageable third downs, and we're able to make some plays. They got some penalties. And this is just an unbelievable run here by Christian. Boyd and 2 tackles, putting his arm down on a spin move. It was just great. He sort of got this little maneuver down. He makes runs like this all the time, and his ball security is just impressive. He's just an unbelievable back, and is obviously our bell cow. And great run. Allows us to tie it at 14, and I think it showed Appalachian State, hey, we're here to stay. We're not going to turn back from you. You're going to be in a dogfight.
I like that term, bell cow. 34 carries, a school record, 167 yards, and just a great run. That's kind of get your offensive line going when they see him make runs like that.
It do. I mean, you feel confident with him that he's going to find a way to get a yard. He's going to find a way to get 2 yards. And anytime you can do that, it gives your offensive line confidence.
App State able to come back. They would take the lead on this drive. You're going to see upcoming hits Sean Price, the wide receiver, on a 21-yard screen pass, moves App State ahead 17-14. So like you said, you guys dominated time possession. I think it was more than double going into half, but still right there because of App State's ability to make some big plays.
Yeah, I think they had the ball. I think they had the ball 4 possessions in the first half, and they scored on 3 of them. And they were doing screens, just getting the ball on the perimeter, and had us out of position some, and they were just making some plays. They got it down here inside the inside the 10, and had a chance to get a touchdown. But thankfully for us, our defense held them. Held them to 3 points, made it 17-14 with about 5 minutes to go, and then we needed to answer. We have a 3rd and short here. Malcolm, we run a little a read play for him. He's able to get us the first down and continue to move the chains. And then we go back to we felt like we could play fast with them sometimes. They were taking a little bit of time to get lined up, and it went to our advantage. You see Malcolm here break a long run. It gets us inside the 15-yard line under 2 minutes left to give us a chance to have some, get a touchdown here. App played some pretty good defense on us. I felt like we probably Coach Chadwell could have made a couple better calls, maybe get us in the end zone, but we're able to make a field goal. It was great to see Mark DeBoy back. He'd been out for a couple weeks, and get him back in there and make some field goals. Made that one, tie us up at 17 going into halftime, and our guys were really confident in the locker room. I think they're really disappointed. They felt like that we left some chances out there. Our defense felt like that they could play better, and so our locker room was real calm. Guys felt like, hey, we belong here, and so there wasn't many adjustments. We knew what we needed to do, and they were ready to come back out and go to work.
Strike the stone is your mantra, your coaching staff's mantra. What does that say about how the mentality of this team has changed for a team that hasn't won a lot in the past to be able to have that kind of attitude at halftime against a good team like App State?
I think it just goes back to the coaches and them challenging our young people to continue playing, continue to do what you don't worry about the scoreboard, just focus on the process of playing for each other, playing for the university, playing for your teammate, and that's what strike the stone means. No matter whether we're winning, no matter we're losing, just keep playing, keep fighting. Let's see what happens at the end of the game. And our kids have really taken that mentality on, and I think you've seen that because in all these games, there's been one game where it's probably not been a nail biter in the 4th quarter, and in all those games, we've not felt the pressure. We've not found a way to lose. We've found a way to win, and I think that's the key to having a successful team. Is you got guys that believe they can win, and our guys do that right now, and it's shown.
So Charleston Southern and App State head into the halftime locker room tied at 17. We'll take a look at an exciting second half after this. You're watching the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota.
Generously appointed. Jaw-dropping value. Limited number available. Discover it at Hendrick Toyota of North Charleston. Introducing the Hendrick Limited Edition Toyota Camry. Leather, custom alloy wheels, powerful and efficient, 35 mpgs, automatic transmission, 10 airbags, display audio with 6 speakers, and all for $19,990. Plus, double up with 4 years maintenance and receive Hendrick's nationwide lifetime warranty included. The Hendrick Limited Edition Toyota Camry. Race into Hendrick Toyota of North Charleston.
Welcome back to the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota, live from the showroom here on Rivers Ave in North Charleston. Kevin O'Rourke alongside Jamey Chadwell as we take a look at last week's win over Appalachian State. CSU and App State tied 17 all at the half, and we talked about a little bit before break, but what was the mentality like of the team at halftime and your plan going into the second half?
Well, we felt like we did pretty well offensively. Defensively, we let their skill guys get out on us a little bit, and our coaches made just a couple minor adjustments. They really felt more it was just our energy that we were playing with. And there was a great calm in the locker room, guys coming out knowing, hey, we've been here before. And that's the thing that I'd told our team is App State's not been in a situation where they're against a team they should win and it's tight, and they've not been in there. We've been in a lot of those where it's tight, and we found a way to come out in the fourth quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. And I just told the guys, hey, we've been here. You know what to do. Just go out and do it. And that was a simple message. There was a great peace and a great calm in our locker room. Nobody was panicked, and I think it showed in the third and fourth quarter how we played. We played relaxed, even among the 30,000 people that were there. Our team was relaxed and didn't get caught up in the moment.
CSU finding a way to get to 5-0. Let's take a look at how they did that. 27-24. The final over App State, mentioned 17 all at the half. You guys get the ball out of halftime. You get a break here when they kick it out of bounds. Good field position, and Christian Reyes breaks off a good run on the first play.
We had great field position. You couldn't have scripted it any better. We get a great run. We start moving the football. We're milking the clock again. Malcolm gets us a scramble, gets us close on a 4th and short. We end up going for it. We got a touchdown here, just to be truthful with you. We've got him beat by 2 yards, and the ball's underthrown. We mess up a little bit there in the offensive line, and the quarterback has to throw it late. And so felt like they got off the hook. Then they get the ball back and start trying to go back to work. But our defense made a couple adjustments and was able to take them out of some things, get some pressure on the quarterback. And I thought when the quarterback's running on the move, he's not near as good. Obviously, he's in the pocket, even though he's an athletic guy. And it enabled us to start playing some very good defense and force them to do some things they didn't want to.
You see DeMaurice Freeman coming up with a stop of Marcus Cox, get the ball back on a punt, and a pretty nice return here by DJ Curl kind of gets you going.
Yeah, he has a chance to really break a brick when he gets tackled by a defensive lineman. He got razzed by the guys on that because he had a chance to get out of there. But it allows us to go back to work. Christian going back to work, running up the middle. We found some things that we liked with him, and we just kept pounding him. And our offensive line did an unbelievable job of creating some holes, and the thing that Christian's great at is making cuts. And you can see we're running a little quarterback read series here with Malcolm, and we mixed up some things to try to keep them off balance a little bit, and we just got a great drive going. We get down here inside the 10-yard line, got a chance to put it in the end zone. They make a great play and put us in a second and really, really long. And we get a screen pass here to try to get some of it back. Kevin makes a great move, gets us back to the 4-yard line. We try to throw a pass to Larry. Larry Jones, one of our receivers, is back. The DB makes a good play on the ball. We settle for a field goal. It's a bad snap. Kirby Broom does a great job of holding. Mark D-Boy kicks it in, and you're up 20-17. 5 minutes to go. You're feeling pretty good about, in the third quarter, you're feeling pretty good about keeping the ball away from them and keeping their offense over there. Then they go to work. I think this is their only drive of the second half where they got some points. They throw a screen pass, and they do a good job of getting our guys on the ground. We miss a tackle right there in open field, and then that running back can go pretty good. And he breaks it in there and gets the score, and they're right back up, real quick. So a couple missed tackles, it wasn't good, but we have to go back and try to answer. We got to put a drive together here. So the great thing about it, as I said, there was a great calm about our guys. They said, hey, let's just go back to work and keep milking the clock. And on this drive, we got ourselves in a 3rd and 2, which is where we want to be. And we had a penalty that put us in 3rd and 7. It took us out of a call that, put us in a passing situation. And they blitzed us and was able to get to our quarterback. And so you have to punt, trust that your defense can hold them. And they probably felt like, hey, we got a chance to put it together or put a drive together here and finish the game and put them down the way the game was going. You weren't going to get a lot of possessions. And they get a good drive here, and it goes into the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 5, they run a little speed option. We stop them short about a yard. A great tackle there by Adam Whitson, and then a 4th down here, huge play by our defense. They try to run a little power, and our defense is ready for it. And that gives us the ball with good field position, and we needed to go do something. And we start our traditional and just milking as much as we can. We get ourselves, we get Ben Robinson going a little bit on the edge, trying to hit Christian up the middle and Ben on the outside, and just kept methodically trying to milk the clock as much as we could, keep them over there, and make some plays. We got ourselves in a I think it's a holding penalty or something. We're 2nd and 20. Malcolm scrambles to get us into a makeable 3rd down. We knew we were going to go for it on 4th, so we call a run play to try to make it a manageable 4th down. We get it to a 4th and 2. We go to a read play, and we're able to get the perimeter and keep marching. And
it's a 16-play, 60-yard touchdown drive for the Bucks that you're watching. First 14 plays of this drive are on the ground, convert several 3rd downs, a couple of 4th downs to get down here close. A really good, nice inside-outside combo with Reyes and Robinson.
We did. We were trying to mix it up some and do some things. You see a great run here on 2nd and 5 for a touchdown. We'll get a penalty on this, and then unfortunately our quarterback just going in the end zone. He spins around, a guy gets a little piece of him, and he just spins around to protect himself and knee catches. And so, you know, your quarterback's down there. You're in 2nd 15. You bring in Danny Krogan. He's played 3 snaps all year. We let him come in and start firing, you know, and he makes an unbelievable play right here, scrambling on 3rd and 15. We call it, to be truthful with you, we call the play because we're trying to get half of it back to try to have a manageable 4th down. And Kevin sees him scrambling, and you know, you work scramble drill, and Kevin just works in there and finds a way. Danny throws you can't place the ball any better. I told our staff, I said, God don't care a lot about winning, but he cared about the Bucks on that one. And so Kevin makes a great play, gets a face mask. I thought we were getting a celebration penalty because everybody hugged him. And then they get the ball back with 5 minutes to go. That drive was 8 minutes long. And so, you know, over there, they're thinking, hey, they're not going to get the ball back after this. They get a great play down here inside the 40, 45, and they're right there where they got a chance to, you know, go in and score, and we got to make a play. And our defense forces them into a 2nd long, where then I think the receiver made a mistake here. He's got a chance at a 1st down, and he goes backwards. And it puts them in a 3rd and short, and we stuff them on a run play. And then we all knew, our defensive line knew it was a pass because of the way their offensive line sets up. Coach McGee had done a great job of figuring it out, so we knew a pass was coming there. And they went and we knocked it down. Eli Lee made a great play. And then we got to figure out, they got 3 timeouts left. We got to try to find a way to run the clock out. And we get ourselves into a 3rd and short, and we hadn't hard counted them all day, and it worked. Great play there, and then we try to milk the clock some more. And you know, on 1st and 10, they're going to use their timeouts. We're hoping that if we have to punt, we got to at least try to run the clock down as much as possible. And we've been working on a special punt all week just for that situation, and that's what we're getting ready to do. But fortunately for us, we're able to get the ball out in the perimeter and in the football game. It was a great victory. It's a little bittersweet with our team on the sideline because of Malcolm's injury, but I told the team beforehand, I said, they're going to have about 30,000 people. We're going to have about our 200. But our 200 are going to be celebrating after the game, and that's what it was. And it was a great experience.
You saw Alex Cruz, a 17-yard run on 3rd and 8 kind of clinches it for you. We'll go back to the Krogan, the Glears play. He comes off the bench. What was it like when he knew he was going to have to go in on the sideline? What was his mentality like going in there?
I asked him, first thing I said, are you warm? Are you loose? He said, yeah, and he never threw a ball. So he was just he was jacked. You know, I mean, he had a lot of confidence going in. He's like, Coach, I'm good, you know, and I think it showed the second down play that he threw. I mean, he rocketed that one in there. There was about 3 people in there. Thankfully, he threw it hard. But he was prepared for it. I give Coach Tucker a lot of credit. Coach Tucker had been giving him obviously a lot of reps because of a situation that could come up, and he went in there with a great piece and I mean, threw an unbelievable ball. I mean, Kevin made an unbelievable catch, but to be able to scramble and get out, feel that pressure from behind, and make the play go longer, you can't ask for more. And then the way he handled, I think, what goes overlooked is he's in a situation where we need some 1st downs. Right. He's got to milk the clock. He's never done that. He's not been in a situation like that, and he handled that to perfection. That last play, we put a replay on the first time. The rest of them were straight handoffs, and we put a replay, and he handles it beautifully. And to be able to do that, it gives us confidence. They gave him confidence, gives our team confidence going forward. No matter who's back there calling signals, we're going to be okay.
On the defensive side of the coin, we've talked about all year the ability to make the big play when you need to, and they gave up some big plays in this game, but you get the ball back on 4th to start that touchdown drive, and you stop them again on 4th. Your defense just seems to have that resolve when they need it.
They do. I think after the first quarter or first half, they were disappointed in the way they played. They felt like that they did some things that they've not done all year, and they challenged themselves at halftime to come out and play better football. They had that one drive where they got the screen pass on us. After that, we shut them down, and to be able to stop them on fourth down. And what I was impressed with on 4th and 1 to basically try to win the game, they feel like they have to resort to throwing the football, and I think that speaks volumes of our defense and what they've been able to do on short yardage. And anytime that you can force a team on 4th and 1 to try to throw the football, we feel good about that because our secondary is really good, and got to give them credit. They, in the first half, didn't play as well. They came out second half, played really, really well.
So Charleston Southern completes a perfect September at 5-0, one of the bigger wins in school history. 27-24 over App State. They come back home for the first time in a month on Saturday at Buccaneer Field. Should be a great crowd on hand as they host North Greenville, and we'll talk about that game after this. You're watching the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota.
Generously appointed. Jaw-dropping value. Limited number available. Discover it at Hendrick Toyota of North Charleston. Introducing the Hendrick Limited Edition Toyota Camry. Leather, custom alloy wheels. Powerful and efficient. 35 mpgs. Automatic transmission. 10 airbags. Display audio with 6 speakers. And all for $19,990. Plus, double up with 4 years maintenance and receive Hendrick's nationwide lifetime warranty included. The Hendrick Limited Edition Toyota Camry. Race into Hendrick Toyota of North Charleston.
Welcome back to the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota. Kevin O'Rourke alongside the head coach of the Bucks as we come to you from the showroom here on Rivers Ave in North Charleston. And Jamie, certainly a nice setting for the show this week.
This is great. Toyota has been obviously our best partner here for Charleston Southern football. It gives us an opportunity to come in here and showcase the wonderful facility they have here. They have high standards, Toyota does, and we wanted to make sure we're partnering with them because what they believe in, their customer service, how they treat people, it's the same thing that we try to do in our program. So we're very thankful for them and all they do for Charleston Southern and Charleston Southern football.
It was an impressive pitch, very authentic. CSU plays North Greenville this Saturday at home at Buccaneer Field. Should be a really good crowd. You guys are 5-0. Talk about the excitement level coming back home to face a good North Greenville team that's off to a 4-0 start.
Yeah, I think our guys are, it's good to go on the road because you feel like it's you against the world, so to speak, but you get tired of sleeping in somebody else's bed. And I think our guys are excited about coming home for the first time in 4 weeks and showing what we've done in those 4 weeks, those three away games. Because the last time we was at home, we had a good crowd and we played okay. But I think we've improved tremendously as a football team, and I think our guys are excited about getting in front of home crowd. It's going to be a great atmosphere, a great environment. North Greenville's bringing a great football team in, 4-0. We're in a different position than we've been. We've been on the road. When we've been on the road, we've probably been the hunter. Now people are coming to be the hunted, and how our team responds, I think, is a challenge because now with the win that we had last week and the start, people are starting saying, hey, now you're expected to win these games, and we're in a different position. And as a coaching staff, we've talked about this week to our guys about not changing anything and changing our approach, still playing with the chip on our shoulder and something to prove. And I know North Greenville is going to come down here with that same fashion. So it should be a great football game, and we're looking forward to being in front of the home crowd.
North Greenville is certainly an opponent that you're familiar with. Spent 3 years there as the head coach, and your wide receivers coach, Willie Korn, with him, helped lead them to the Division II quarterfinals in 2011. What's the emotion like for you this week?
I tell you, it's been, I'm sure Saturday will be probably very emotional because a lot of the guys that are coming down, are guys you recruited that you coached. And typically when you watch an opponent, you say, hey, number 12 is pretty good at this, or you know them by name. You know their strengths, you know their weaknesses. And I've told our team, they're going to come down and match the passion, the intensity that we've been playing with. Because being there, I know what those kids are about and what their coaching staff's about. So I'm excited about being a blue and gold, and I'm excited about taking our team and playing them. And I think our team is hungry and understands the importance of this game just because you're still trying to prove respect because people are thinking, well, maybe App's down, maybe Citadel's, all these different things. And we got to go show that we're a good football team, and to be able to do it in front of a home crowd it's going to be supposed to be a record crowd. I think you'll see a team come out playing hungry and being ready to go.
One of the keys on the field Saturday will probably be limiting North Greenville's passing attack. Nelson Hughes, a good quarterback, and then Freddie Martino, one of the top receivers in Division II. What do you guys have to do to control their passing attack?
Well, they do a great job. Nelson's a phenomenal quarterback, and you mentioned Freddie, the receiver. We've got to do a good job of trying to get to him. He's only given up, I think they've had 2 sacks all year, and so they get the ball quick. And so we got to find ways to disrupt their timing. and force them to try to hold on to the football so we can get after them and blitz them a little bit. And that's going to be our challenge. And I think, you know, on the offensive side of the ball, we got to try to take the same game plan. We got to try to make sure that we're milking the clock, keeping their offense off the field, get them where when they're out there, they feel pressure to have to score because they might not get the ball back for a while. And so if we can do that, if we can control the clock, try to hit a few big plays on them, put them in a position they've not been in. The thing that they've done is they've done a good job of coming back. They've won blowout games and they've been down and found ways to win. So they're a confident bunch coming in. So we've got to make sure that we're clicking on all cylinders to get out with a victory.
North Greenville at 4-0, included in that 4-0 win over Big South rival for CSU, VMI, so certainly a good team. Should be a great crowd. Saturday kickoff at Buccaneer Field at 11 a.m., so head on out for it. Thanks to Hendrick Toyota for letting us come to their showroom and put on the show tonight. Thanks as well to Willie Jules for providing the food. For Jamey Chadwell, my name is Kevin O'Rourke. Thanks for watching the Jamey Chadwell Show presented by Hendrick Toyota.